You never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel there like you. I said nobody feel make me feel the way you do. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. When you go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. 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 My lady, you know me, no fi give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we dey go? Now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. When you go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma no be luck. Baby, nobody feel there like you. I said nobody feel make me feel the way you do. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. When you go check low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. 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 My lady, you know me, no fi give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we dey go? Now forward ever, backward never.
There we go, check 1, 2. Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's Thursday evening and we're back with another Hohner Live episode here on the Hohner YouTube channel. I just added 1 minute to the timer so I could do another post on Facebook and let everybody know that we are online now. And yeah, this is episode 114. That's kind of cool. And let us know in the chat from where you're tuning in. I can also see some Spanish. I will see a lot of Spanish, I guess. I can't speak Spanish, though. I can try to read some of it, and you can just help me. Because I'm super excited about today's guest. And this is the first time we actually kind of talk to each other, because we never met in person before. Which is almost unusual. I mean, many harmonica players meet at the harmonica festivals. But Santiago played at the Berlin Harmonica Festival a few years earlier than I did. But yeah, he's a big master of tango playing on the harmonica, and especially on the chromatic. And I'm also getting more into the chromatic. I like the chromatic sometimes. I'm kind of flirting with it. So I'm excited to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time, Santiago Alvarez.
Yeah, hi, Konstantin. It's a really pleasure to be in these sessions with you. I've been listening to the ones that you did before in order to get into a subject, and it's quite interesting what you're doing here. So I'm glad to be here.
That's cool. Yeah, usually I'm completely unprepared. And that's the best. I mean, I always feel like people out there like a lot of playing. So if you don't mind playing some stuff or like showing some techniques or teaching an easy melody, whatever, that's always cool. And we're going to talk about some gear, maybe. You got so many instruments behind you. Are you playing all of them yourself?
Well, I'm at the part of the house that belongs to the person that I love, which is my companion. She's a percussionist. Actually, I was with her.
Oh, yeah.
I just arrived from Europe, and we were touring with her. She's like a folk percussionist from Argentinian music.
Yeah.
And she plays this instrument.
Yeah, now it all makes sense.
I have my guitar there, but this is her space.
Right. That's a cool place, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite percussion instrument?
Well, the instrument that we have that it's recognized worldwide for Argentine folk music is called bombo legüero. Legüero, which is a measure of distance, like a mile. Legua, it's a mile in Spanish. And this instrument is from the north of Argentina, provinces that limit with Bolivia, Chile, Paraguay. And this instrument was created there, and it resembles and it represents the percussive rhythm of Argentinian folk music, which is basically a polyrhythmic sound.
Yeah.
So the bombo legüero with these two sounds creates this polyrhythmic and gives the authentic flavor to Argentinian folk music, which is something different than the tango,
Right, yeah. Do you know how to play any of these percussion instruments?
Of course, yes. I learned how to play the bombo, basic stuff, I'm not specialist as her, but in order to get into the feeling of Argentine music, the process of learning that you get from musicians that are harmonica players or that are, I studied, for example, with guitar players, harmony, with percussionist rhythm, in order to increase the knowledge of music itself, and to play the bombo in order to play folk music. It's basic. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Are you into football at all? Did you watch the Copa America?
Of course I did. Of course. Well, actually, I was in Europe till Saturday.
Okay,
and I just saw one of the matches of Argentina, because they were at, Copa America was around 2 or 3 in the morning
I see.
in Europe. So I was watching the Euro Cup, and I arrived to Argentina Saturday to watch the final with Colombia on Sunday. So I was very happy to get together with my friends, and after that we won the World Cup. Argentina, in terms of football and in terms of getting together to live these experiences, it kind of became something that unites us in a sense. So we feel that Argentina is a very into football country.
Yeah.
So
as
we really
Germany is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice, yeah. And you're located in Buenos Aires right now.
Yes. I live in the capital of Argentina, which is Buenos Aires, the big city. Yeah.
So you told me about doing a PhD right now at university basically for Argentinian music, right? So
yes.
Can you tell people a little more about that?
Yes, Konstantin. It's a university degree it's called Licenciatura en Música Argentina, and I'm at the last year of my studies, which were approximately five years of study in a university which is called Universidad de San Martín, and the degree it's in Argentinian music.
Yeah. And
the interesting thing about this modern university degree is that the instruments are organized in a way that you don't go there to learn how to play your particular instrument, for example, in this case, the harmonica, but you go there to learn the stylistic way of playing the genre that you want to study. In this case, the career is specialized in folk music, which is what we call rural music from different regions of Argentina, and tango, which is urban music that comes basically from this region of El Río de la Plata, which is the city of Buenos Aires, and some cities of Uruguay, like Montevideo, for example. And we study those careers, those genres in this career, basically how to play, how to approach rhythm, how to approach the melody, how to phrase, how to create your own versions. Argentinian music in this sense has certain particularities which could be similar and comparable with jazz history, for example, or how to approach standard of jazz.
Right, yeah.
So we learned that in school, and that's why I could get into this career, because you don't go there to study harmonica, no? I went into the wind section, so I'm sharing the career with trumpet players, saxophonists, people who play, quena, sikus, clarinet. So this is very interesting because you learn how to get these tools of Argentinian music into the chromatic harmonica, no? And you have to do a thesis at the end of the career.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing now. No, I'm writing a thesis.
Oh, you're writing, yeah.
What's
the topic of the thesis?
It will be called the harmonica in Argentinian music.
Yeah.
And I will be dedicated to the history of Argentina, the development of the history of Argentinian harmonica playing, basically in the chromatic harmonica, since the 40s to nowadays, and how this sound developed through different interprets, like, for example, the Hugo Díaz, which is the main reference that we have, and more or less the creator of the sound, Hugo Díaz, Paco Garrido, Luis Saltos, and nowadays, of course, Franco Luciani and the generation that now it's flourishing. No? There are many harmonica players playing Argentinian music at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. So you will be one of the very, very few harmonica players with a doctoral degree.
Yeah, something like that.
There are not many out there.
No. I would say also that in this sense, Argentina is it's how to say it in English? I don't know. It's a center of development in terms of institutionalizing the harmonica teaching, because I am also a teacher in a school of popular music, which has a degree that you can develop in chromatic harmonica. No?
Okay.
You can study tango there, you can study folk music there, and you can study jazz with 3 different chromatic harmonica teachers. I'm one of those, and and this is, I think it's only in Trossingen that you can learn, and also the experience of Gianluca Litera in the Santa Cecilia Conservatory in Rome, that I met him a few years ago when I went there, and we talked about mutual experiences. Yeah.
So how old are your harmonica students then?
It varies, but more or less in their 30s. Okay. In their 30s, and some teenagers, but more or less in their 30s. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Wow. We talked about our age too. So you're like almost 10 years older than I am. For me, learning the harmonica, it was all about YouTube and taking a few online lessons, How was it for you?
Learning the harmonica.
Was YouTube didn't play a huge role for you then, right?
No, but I'm part of the YouTube era in a sense, no? But I think it was more related to listening to CDs.
Yeah.
And also to the radio, which was something very important. I think, and cassettes. I started playing a diatonic harmonica when I was a teenager, and for 6 years, that's what I did. And then I got into the chromatic. So
why?
Why?
Do you still like the diatonic, or how was it?
Yes, I like it. I like it, but I think it was more related to the music that got my heart in a way. My emotions.
So did you ever practice the diatonic after that?
After that, no.
Okay.
No, I still use it, and I give basic lessons of how to hold and play the instrument. But I specialized in chromatic harmonica because that was the instrument that permitted me to express my inner emotion, that it was related to Argentinian music.
Yeah.
What caught me at the beginning was Argentinian music. So the chromatic harmonica is the instrument to play Argentinian folk and tango music. And that is because it resembles the sound of the main instruments of tango and folk music, which are, this instrument called bandoneon or accordion. No?
Exactly. Yeah.
So we can imitate that sound more easily in a way with the chromatic harmonica.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of like the reason why I started to play a little chromatic, just to play octaves all the time. To have that sound, Because I mean, you can play a few octaves on the diatonic, but maybe just like 5 or something. I don't know, right?
Yes.
And that's not enough. And just playing these octaves over the whole range chromatically It's just a cool sound. And sometimes there's just music that needs it, you know?
Exactly. For example, what you mentioned about the octaves, this is one of the embouchures that we use quite a lot, Argentinian chromatic players, because it is said that the bandoneon is instrument that was also created as the harmonica in Germany. This instrument, if you press one button, it sounds, two reeds produce the sound in octave position. No? So that's why we play octaves quite a lot, and I can demonstrate, for example. And it resembles the sound of the bandoneon, you know? So if I play one tango melody, like and I use this effect, which is called the delayed octave.
Right.
I don't know if you heard this before. We call it like this, and I don't know if it's used, for example, in other types of music, but it came from we took it from the bandoneon, and it was created by a bandoneon player, his name is Syriac Ortiz, and he does this in the bandoneon, you know, tia 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 tia. No?
And is it usually that you start out with the higher note and then at the lower note? Or can it also be, what's like the initial idea?
I do it with the higher note. I know it's possible to do it both sides, but I don't use it. No?
So the bandoneon would usually be higher octave, and then you push, and then you get the lower one too.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. And then they end up playing both at the same time, no?
Yeah.
That's one of the techniques, for example, that we use that would resemble in a way the bandoneon sound, no?
That's wonderful. Yeah, now we're talking about the chromatic. That's cool. We got some questions in the chat too. Everybody feel free to ask. So Pete asks, Santiago, do you play a 12 or a 16-hole chromatic, or both?
I play both, but normally, because of what we were talking about, the octaves, I use quite more often the 4 octave. No, I have several, and this is why, because in the lower register we have these beautiful sounds. No. For example, no? This is part of a song which is called Nostalgias, which is a tango, and I arrange it in a way to use certain elements that change the embouchures, and I try to use the whole register. You know? So I use this lower part that I like very much in octave position normally.
Yeah, exactly. And another additional question is, what key chromatic hop is good for tango? Like, do you ever play other key chromatic harmonicas?
Well, I got when I went to Trossingen last year. That I was invited to the Harmonica Masters workshop.
Oh yeah.
That I met with Steve Baker in the Fen Harmonica Festival, which in 2022, and then I met Gerard in Trossingen, and they kindly invited me to do a course in tango music. The chromatic tango. I was the chromatic teacher last year there in the Harmonica Masters, and it was a very interesting experience for me. And I also felt a big responsibility to take Argentinian music to this city that has quite a lot of history in terms of the development of the chromatic harmonica. And there is also a story that we repeat quite a lot in Argentina, which is that this main figure that I mentioned before, Hugo Díaz, went to Trossingen to perform, and there is a statue or like a landscape of him.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see it. It's a like, in a way it's like a legend, but to be in Trossingen, it's something meaningful for us. So I went there, and I wanted to get different key harmonicas because I couldn't get them in Argentina, and I got one in A.
Okay.
And I'm studying it right now. I think it's an instrument that gives quite a lot of possibilities. No, for example, I was playing a tango, which is it's called Canaro in Paris. It's a tango, which the tangos change. This is, for example, different from a jazz standard, as I was mentioning before. Tangos change key or mode in one song. Now you have two or three parts in a tango, and the first part could be in C major, and the second part could be in C minor.
Yeah.
And it could modulate to the subdominant, for example, for the C part. No? And this is this song Canaro in Paris. It's in F sharp minor, which I find very difficult to play in the chromatic harmonica in C.
Yeah,
but if you
definitely.
But if you play in the harmonica of A, it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
And there was this variation. We have variations in tango. At the end, we have in eighths, 14ths, fast notes doing, for example. Something like that. This is in A minor, but if I play this same thing in the A major, in the harmonica of A, it would be F sharp minor.
Yeah.
So it helps. In certain ways, it helps very much.
Cool. Yeah, there was a question by P too. Hello, Santiago Alvarez. I just started playing the harmonica, and sometimes my lip and jaw muscles get very tired, and it is difficult to play in one hole. What kind of exercise do you recommend for this?
Exercise.
So an exercise for playing single holes, and also he says lips and jaw muscles get kind of tired.
Yeah. Well, this for example doesn't happen to me. What happens to me, and I've been asking other harmonica players what part of the body, it hurts, because I think that sometimes there is a specific part that that where the body shows that you are making an effort that which is not necessary. No? For example, I have neck pain quite a lot.
Yeah, I had this here. I mean, not anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. So I tend to move quite a lot this part, no? And also there is this tip that gave me when I was in Berlin for the Harmonica Festival, the first edition. I ran into Antonio Serrano. I met him personally. I love him. You know, he's one source of inspiration of how to play the chromatic harmonica, and also I found that he's a great guy, and we spend some time together. You know, this festival gives the opportunity to spend several days with the colleagues, and that there are several opportunities to talk and share. And I was with him these days, and I asked him techniques about how to play and how he performs.
Yeah.
And he basically told me about this movement, you know, this movement of the harmonica.
Yeah.
And this obliqual, I don't know the term in English, movement of the harmonica. And that, you know, relaxed much more my stiffness that I may have here, because the energy goes in the hand, in the movement, and this it stays relaxed. No, I don't force anything here. Just I have my lips a bit out and a bit strong, but then the instrument slides here. So you shouldn't be having any force here. No.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of...
Yeah, that's true. Like Antonio definitely does this movement a lot, and I do it. I do it a lot too on the Diatonic.
Claro,
like just
exactly.
Especially for jumping around. Like it's like so close distances this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like I'm doing this. You know?
Yes.
That's how I jump around if I'm not like tongue blocking or switching or whatever. It's all coming from here.
Claro. Especially when you do intervals more than a third, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a really good tip, because like a lot of players don't do it. Maybe don't do it yet. I don't know.
I think it's I mean, I don't know. My way of learning the instrument came from different sources. We are developing a technique, but we don't have, you know, like this is how you should play, and this is how it has been developing throughout these years.
True.
We don't have this book written down that it says the harmonica should be played like this, at least in Argentina, no? So I learned with Franco Luciani, and he gave me his way of approaching the instrument. No? And then I ran into other chromatic harmonica players, and we are developing this in terms of, you know, feel comfortable. No? This is the most important thing, and don't overstress and do things which are not necessary. No?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. What else? Hola, Santiago. What is your embouchure for playing tango? Do you switch?
Mm-hmm.
If you play single notes, do you sometimes lip curls?
Exactly. The embouchures that I usually use, and not myself, but I would say that the Argentine way of playing the chromatic harmonica, I would say, which is movable. No, we in terms of create interesting in the listener, and embellish the piece that you are performing. We change embouchures. The embouchures that we normally use are octiplane, single note, back position, whistle position, and tongue blocking. And these three movements, the three embouchures, could be developed differently in terms of percentage in different players. No? For example, Hugo Diaz mostly played in tongue blocking. No, Franco Luciani plays in tongue blocking and whistle position and octiplane. Nahuel Percal, which is another player, he plays tongue blocking. No, it depends on the player that. But we change embouchures, no?
Yeah.
Quite a lot to imitate different sounds, as I said before, no?
Cool. Oh yeah, I was just thinking, like, with the movement. I mean, there are so amazing players who I think I don't use that. Like CY Leo, I think he never does this.
Yes.
He always moves like this or whatever, like this. And he's like so fast and incredible, you know? And I never saw him do this.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I was listening to, I think this guy is amazing. And he recorded a version of there is a piece by, this composer, bandoneon player, Astor Piazzolla.
I also heard his recordings because I also played that on the Diatonic, the L'Histoire du Tango.
Ah, you played that on the Diatonic?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you record it?
No, only live yet. Yeah. I played there are 4 parts, right? I played the first 3. The fourth is a little more modern,
Yes.
Yeah, but
claro.
I played it together in a duo setting with marimba. And it sounds amazing. Because I think Howard Levy recorded also these first 3 with marimba too. And my pianist happens to have another duo with a marimba player too. And we played a concert, the 3 of us. So yeah, I played. It's a great combination. Like harmonica is like kind of high and like melodic, and the marimba is like can be very low and way more percussive. So it's like nice, big contrasts,
Claro.
So like all of both instruments have like a lot of space to shine, kind of.
Yes, I will check that out because it's difficult for me to imagine how to play this concert, which Astor Piazzolla wrote, which is called Historia del Tango, History of Tango. It has 4 movements, and the first 3 are the most challenging. And as I was saying, Sileo recorded this with the guitar player, and they do it very fast.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine doing this without movement.
Yeah,
for me,
same. Like also now playing some chromatic, like I do this.
Yes.
It would be so weird to have like these big distances. I don't know. Yeah.
For me, it's helpful. It helps me quite a lot. And I would, thank this to Antonio because it's very helpful for me to perform this part. It takes some time to get used to it if you don't, if you are not into it. But this is something that I recommend very much, and it helps quite a lot.
Yeah. So, what was the first diatonic harmonica you got? And what was the first chromatic harmonica you got?
When I was 16, I got the blues harp.
Like the Hohner blues harp MS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a cheap instrument. Yeah. I stayed with that instrument quite a lot because I was not very into music at that moment. I did it like a hobby. Then when I finished high school, I started studying in university, but sociology. I'm a sociologist.
Yeah.
And I was reading quite a lot, and I didn't have that much time to dedicate to music. And at a certain moment in my life, when I was 23, 24, I realized that reading was not what I wanted. I needed, the sound, the physical experience of sound creation. And but I was not feeling very much connected with the blues. These 12 bars, in a way, for me were not my natural place to be, I guess. And I ran into, because my family is not very musical, so I ran almost by chance to tango. I was listening to a radio station, and I heard this. There is this amazing singer which is called Edmundo Rivero, and he was singing with the orchestra, the Aníbal Troilo, which is also a famous bandoneon player, Aníbal Troilo. And this struck me, deeply, profoundly. And I started to investigate in this music, and I got connected intensively, and in terms of self awareness of the sound, and I knew that there was something there that I needed to find, to search. And then I ran into Hugo Díaz, and these two things became, one. I said yes, harmonica and tango music at the beginning, and then folk music also. They are going to be my life, and then I started going to Franco Luciani concerts, and I got this by listening to someone live, and I was looking at this, and I was saying this. I want this to be my life. I want this to be the development of myself. That's how I see music in a way. It's like a artisanal work that helps you to shape who you are in a way, deeply. The act of studying music calms you down, and it makes you deep-rooted in a sense. So that's how I found out that that's what I wanted to do, Argentinian music, and with the chromatic harmonica. It took me a while, but to discover that. But I'm deeply there now, and I think it will be what I do. I don't know, many years more.
Yeah. So did you always play the Super 64?
Yeah. I play the previous models, especially the 64X, the black one and gold.
Right.
I played that one for many years. I like the low notes of that harmonica. And sorry, I'm drinking my mate.
Yeah.
And this thing?
Yeah, of course.
You know it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, mate. Basically like that, yeah, the 64X, yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. So do you just play them out of the box, or do you also work on them yourself, trying to make them respond better, or do you exchange reeds, valves?
I do it if it's an urgent matter, if I'm on tour, and I have to, but I don't have patience for that. So there's a luthier here in Argentina, he lives in Buenos Aires. He's Roy Hartman.
Okay.
And he's the savior of all of us that lives here. And when I buy an instrument, I gave it to him.
Oh,
and,
okay.
He prepares it, and also he's doing everything, changing reeds, and he's a very specialist in that sense. So,
Oh, yeah.
so I trust in him. I trust in him.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at what point would you recommend for players out there to, maybe get like a custom harmonica?
I think the customs harmonicas, I have tried only. I'm not a specialist in the subject, I would say, but for example, I have tried in Berlin in the festival Joel Anderson's chromatic harmonica.
I tried it too. Yeah.
And they were very good, So I think that the customized instruments develop the basic of the instrument much more, So if they have a chance, I would definitely do it. Yeah. It's a matter of also finding your own sound. I got, for example, the Meister class. This instrument, I got it.
Yeah.
Chromatic harmonica. I got it this year, and for example, this is an instrument that I always wanted to have, and couldn't afford, but I have it now, and it was, I think it's an instrument that you need to respect, and you need to get connected with it and develop your relationship. I see it in a way like you need to develop an intimate connection with the reed.
Yeah.
And every reed is special. So if you have one new instrument, you need to spend some time with it. And if you change from one instrument to the other in the middle of a concert, for example, or while you are studying, or different things will appear. Sometimes you may get confused because the response of one instrument is not the same as the other, and sometimes you will get surprised because you see, I'm blowing in two, and the response is different. The sound is different, so you will get surprised. I think that it's a very delicate instrument, the harmonica.
Yeah.
So customization could help in order to do that. I think the best thing that the custom instruments have is that they are more sensitive. The sensitivity of the instrument gets more developed, and the range of this instrument also widens quite a lot.
Yeah. I recorded a new CD last week.
Really?
I played 2 songs on the chromatic.
Nice.
So we only had 1 day to record, so I just switched.
Nice. What did you play?
Oh, it's a Christmas CD.
Nice.
So
what chromatic?
On the chromatic, I played. If I like to play this.
Nice. Yes. I saw that you have videos on that one, and the sound is very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I played "Oh Christmas Tree," but like a special arrangement, and I don't even know if there's like an English name for that song. It's called "Leise rieselt der Schnee." Let me look that up. If there's an English name for that. It's not "Let It Snow." Snow falls soft in the night. That's how you call it in English. Yeah. It's a famous German Christmas song. We also arrange it kind of. And like it was
Yes.
just like, for my taste, it sounded better on the chromatic, playing the melody. And also like, I played a 64 too, like getting into the low octave, playing the melody there. That's nice, you know. I couldn't have done that on the diatonic as well with like a lower tuned harmonica and then like a lot of bendings, and then it's harder to bend on the lower tuned harmonicas, you know. Yeah.
Well, I think that you know, sometimes there is this idea that the diatonic harmonica is easier than the chromatic. No, you would get from people that they don't know the instrument, how it is built. I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
The chromatic is easier
Yeah.
than the harmonica, but the thing is that, you know, diatonic harmonica is mostly played intuitively, and chromatic
Right.
harmonica is more related to the whole aspect of music, which is you know, solfege and reading music, and you know, all this stuff about harmony and everything. It's not just licks, you know. But in terms of the formation, this Richter system that the diatonic has, I think it's much more difficult, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chromatic is, you know, the octaves are built the same. So, yeah. You learn one octave and you know all of the 3 or the 4 of them.
Although, I think sometimes, even though all of the octaves are the same, you know, it's easier for me to have orientation on the 12th hole. Like if I'm on the 16, like even though all the octaves are the same, I sometimes get lost, you know? Like,
Well, it's happened to me with the Meisterclass now.
oh yeah,
has
because it's 14, yeah.
14. So you have this G, low G there,
Yeah.
which is very helpful. For example, this is another tip that Antonio gave me. I'm at the moment when I study, I'm, for example, try to get more into reading music, you know. And he said, study Bach, play some Bach and everything. And this instrument is perfect because you have this G there, low G, and you can play many things with that.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was listening to your CD on classical music, these sonatas that you play
Oh yeah.
with the piano player. They're very nice in the diatonic harmonica. I really like them. Congratulations.
Yeah, they're not too bad on the diatonic.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, we always open our concerts with that.
Ah, nice.
It's like a nice wake-up call.
Yes. In general, the CD is, I think it's very, you know, sensitive, you know? And the pieces that you chose were very well chosen in terms of the capacity of the instrument to perform this, no? So
yeah,
I like it very much.
our Christmas CD will sound better.
And you will perform with him also, the piano player.
Yeah. He's also, I'm also playing with him in Seoul at the Harmonica Festival. He's in Japan right now, and he's coming to Seoul when I'm there, and we can play some duo stuff. Yeah.
That will be in August, correct?
Yeah.
It's never been to that part of the world.
Oh yeah, but I heard that like also with the festival afterwards at the Asia Pacific, a lot of Argentinian players are coming.
I think Fede Linari is going there.
Yeah, Fede is also coming to Seoul, and he told me it's like that's like possibly the furthest you can travel from Argentina, right? It's like he said it's like 27 hours of traveling.
27. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, we are in the south of is the southest country of with Chile is the southest country of Latin America. So yeah, it's far, far away.
Yeah, it was like on the opposite of the globe. Is it Seoul, or is it like the ocean or another country?
No, we are at the same hemisphere distance than for example Sydney, more or less, Australia.
Yeah.
There. So at the moment we it's almost 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. and we are in a winter at the moment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. There's another question by... Oh, yeah, there too. This is Guzman Escardo. What are your preferred non-harmonica player influences?
Good question. Hi, Guzman. I know this guy. He's very cool. Yeah. And well, I would say I have many, no, but if I have to choose, I would say that Aníbal Troilo, that I mentioned before, this bandoneon player, composer, orchestra director, that in a way, shaped the way. He's like, for example, Carlos Gardel, which is a singer, the main recognized figure of Argentine tango singing, who developed this way of sing the tango.
Yeah.
He developed this very much like, for example, I would compare him to Louis Armstrong. No, they belong to the same period of time. The beginnings of the 20th century, and they created this way of the music. Of the phrasing. Louis Armstrong with his trumpet and with his singing in jazz music, and the development of jazz, and Carlos Gardel with his compositions, his singing in tango music in Buenos Aires. And Aníbal Troilo always talked about this connection with the phrasing of Carlos Gardel in terms of how to interpret a melody. So I would say, for example, that he's one of my main figures in order to understand how to approach to a melody. And this is something, for example, that I would like to talk about a little bit, if you let me, which is this idea of phrasing. Maybe develop this idea a bit that, for example, gives the characteristic to Argentine tango playing. For example, we have something different, which is that we don't improvise in the sense of jazz improvisation. It's not that we play the melody the first round and then we improvise over the chords, but we do phrasings and embellishments of the melody in a way. Argentinian music normally does that. So, for example, the phrasing is something very important.
Yeah.
And you would play, for example, I would have in a sheet of music, in a paper, written down the basic melody. That would be like this. It's in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you have written down. I played it in pucker position, whistle position, only, pa, 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 without phrasing. If I want to phrase, for example, that melody, like this tango is called Xuxo Verde, and it has lyrics. So I would be thinking about the lyrics.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
To phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. added some notes there. And if I, for example, want to play more like in a rhythmical part, which is something that we Argentinian harmonica players do, we imitate the voice or the violin, in order to make a legato melody, but we also do rhythmical approaches to the melody. For example, imitating the bandoneon, no?
Right, yeah.
I added octaves, and I did it more or less a bit more rhythmical. I phrased it also a little bit. But for example, one more example of playing a rhythmical melody, imitating the bandoneon, no? This tango called 9 de Julio.
That's really cool, yeah.
Yes. That would be a rhythmical tango, no? Without lyrics.
Yeah.
Instrumental, no?
Nice. Pete asks, do you also play the chord harmonica?
Chord harmonica, the big one?
Yeah.
I don't, but there is a very good group in Argentina that does it. It's a trio, which is called Il Armonica Trio. And these guys are very good, and they have the chord harmonica, the bass harmonica, and the chromatic harmonica, and they perform Argentinian music. And this is a very interesting work that they do.
Okay, yeah. Peter also asks, when is your Christmas album coming out, and where do you get it? It's coming out before Christmas. I don't know. I don't know where. Like, we had like a deadline with the label this month, and we're done. And we have like 2 singers that will sing on 2 songs, and they recorded yesterday and today. So yeah, we're basically done. Yeah, you will notice, I guess. And we just gotta do like a little photo shoot or something. We need to think about the artwork, you know. But yeah, let's see. Maybe we can do a photo shoot in South Korea. That would be cool. Like a flashy, colorful, poppy, K-pop Christmas kind of thing.
K-pop, yeah.
That would be really cool. Any type of pop music that you like to listen to?
Pop music, yes. I like. I'm not a specialist in that. I like more jazz music, for example, Brazilian music.
Yeah.
But I like Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, this kind of music. Music from nowadays, not quite much.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm into more history, you know. I tend to think about listening to old music. I don't know why, you know. It's like feeling that I have to go to the roots. Every time I go further into the past, I don't know why, you know. It's what happens.
Okay. Boris Plotnikov is in the chat. Hello from Russia. Yeah, that's cool. He's our next guest on the Hohner Live. we're going to talk next week. And Boris is an amazing diatonic player, also diving into the chromatic more and more. Yeah, kind of interesting. Some of the diatonic guys starting to play more chromatic.
Watch out.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's cool. I also got this. It's so nice. I think the Sirius Harmonica Ensemble guys gave me this nice chromatic case for 2 chromatics.
Wow.
So you can put like a 12-hole at 16 or 16 and 16, and it's nice to have this for the chromatics only. How do you carry your instruments? Well,
I haven't really defined that. I think I need one case, but no one has done this. What I need, no?
Yeah.
And I've been asking people who do other cases for other instruments, for example, for percussion. But what I need, it's small case to carry 2 or 3 chromatic harmonicas, or even
so like
because
this.
the new that one, because this one, for example, it only permits you to take one, and it's kind of big.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm searching for that.
This is really good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh, I mean, maybe they can do it for 3. That would be perfect. 2 or 3. That's perfect size for a few chromatics.
Exactly. Yeah. I travel quite a lot, so that's something that I'm looking for, and I think it's helpful for chromatic players to take several instruments. I always take several instruments, and I also take percussive instruments with me.
Oh yeah.
So it helps.
Nice. Yeah, man, we can talk about so much stuff. But what are you up to next? Like, you came back from the European tour. What's the next project you're working on?
Well, in terms of music, I have several windows open at the moment. I think I'm, I have learned that it's good to have this way of life, to have several windows open and to work with them at the same moment, and they will develop together. No, so I'm developing my teaching. Now I give classes, private classes of chromatic harmonica, and I have very good students which are developing their playing. I teach also in institutions history of tango and history of folk music, and so I'm always reading and preparing myself to do that. I'm also studying in this degree and writing my thesis that I think will be finished by the end of this year or maybe next year. And Franco Luciani, my teacher, who taught me how to play the instrument, he's the director of the thesis. So we are getting together and developing this. So he's helping me quite a lot, and I think it will be a material that connects the knowledge of the chromatic harmonica development since the 40s in Argentina, because I believe that we have a unique sound. I don't know if maybe harmonica players, for example, when I travel, this is what they told me, not only harmonica players, but the people in general, that there is this unique sound that Argentinian chromatic players have, and this is what I'm searching for, the history of that sound, and I believe it's also it has been developed, and nowadays it has this new wave that 10 years ago there was nothing, and now we have several players who are developing this, and it will grow. And I'm aiming to write my thesis on that subject, and also to keep on traveling and showing this sound and performing abroad a lot, I travel to Europe once a year. I've been doing this for 10 years. This last tour was my 15th tour.
Yeah.
And I want to perform in festivals. I like to what's going on at the moment, which is I'm getting more connected. For example, your invitation was very important for me because I've been in a way getting more connected to harmonica players around the world, which was something that didn't happen before. I was more connected with Argentinians or people who are around Argentinian music in Europe, and now I'm getting more connected with harmonica players that they may not be connected with the Argentinian music. They may know nothing at all. So I'm, showing this way of playing. Not only me, but other chromatic harmonica players that are traveling to Europe do it. For example, Nahuel Percal, Franco Luciani travel also to Europe. And Crispy Aguirre also. So we are bringing this new wave, and I think it's something that I feel very, responsible and very happy to do it. And in terms of musical development, I want, to develop a new group. I play in two groups in Argentina, which they are called, one is called Chúcara Trio, and the other one is called Vuela Chiringa, which are modern contemporary arrangements of classical music and compositions.
Yeah.
And I want to develop also a group with piano and bass. And I have people that will be writing the arrangements. They're doing it at the moment. So, many things going on.
That's cool, yeah. And I mean, if people want to learn more and are somewhere watching from all over the world, they can check out this amazing online course you did with Marco for the Harmonica School Berlin, right?
Yes.
So I'm also gonna share that link in the chat, and
that
all the other
nice.
links. All the other links are in the description. I'm gonna add it to the description now too, because I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's a very important thing that Marco did, that we did together, Marco, and also with Julia. These guys, I consider them my friends, and I think that they love the instrument and they love to create this atmosphere. They are, for example, Marco is one of the first persons that trusted in Argentinian harmonica playing, and that he even did a course, and we developed this course together, and I went to his house and we recorded several hours of music. He edited all this material, and the course is amazing, and you can study all that we talked briefly in this course, about how to phrase, how to interpret a melody in tango music, in folk music,
a lot of octave playing.
A lot of octave playing, several techniques. And this guy, Marco has, he did a course in Irish music with Joel also. So he had some experience. I was the second one to do this course. So he had some experience, and he already connected some ideas, and I was very happy to do that because it helped me to organize my knowledge.
Yeah.
And, I think the material is worth it.
Awesome. Yeah. Really cool. Yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. That was cool. And yes. I'm sure we're going to meet at a harmonica festival in the future.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I will be close. I always go to North Germany. So maybe we'll see each other sooner than later. I always go to Bremen and to Berlin, so we are very close.
Yeah, and actually, we got these monthly harmonica challenges on Twitch going on. And I thought it would be cool to do a tango challenge. So, everybody out there, that's what we're going to do. On Sunday, July 28th at 6 p.m. I'm also going to record a little announcement video tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tango harmonica challenge.
Could be any instrument, chromatic, diatonic. Anything.
Yeah, it's open to all harmonicas. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So, if there's a beginner player out there, what's like an easy tango melody that you could play for the challenge?
For example, there's a song that I taught in the Harmonica Masters workshop, Trusting last year, which is called Caminito. No, it's very A minor, no. And then you can develop it, no?
Yeah.
And it goes to A major, and it's a bit difficult, but
okay. But I think A major on the chromatic is easier than on the diatonic.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. The sharps, this is something, for example, Antonio Serrano also told me that helped me quite a lot. He said the tonalities with flats are easier than the tonalities with sharps.
Yeah, definitely.
And I haven't thought about it like that before, and it helped me quite a lot, about the way of playing, the chord and the use of the button. So it helps quite a lot. This.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so people can check that out. And I'm going to think of something to play tomorrow, too, in the announcement video. Yeah.
Nice,
all right.
Nice.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much, Santiago, for taking the time. Check out the description box, and you can follow Santiago on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and everywhere. Check out the harmonica course, and I'll see you next week, together with Boris Plotnikov.
Gracias, Konstantin. Thank you very much.
Ciao
it was
for
a pleasure.
now.
My lady, you know me, no give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go, now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check I know. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma not be luck. Baby, nobody feel there like you. I said nobody feel make me feel the way you do. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check I know. Girl, you're the best I know. next move, they never know. 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 My lady, you know me, no give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check I know. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never